Hey, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. So I'm not going to take too much of your time today with this video, but I was inspired actually by something I saw yesterday on the Jasmine brand. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. And it reminded me of something I put on Facebook a few months ago. So it was just kind of a funny, like, oh, that's interesting. So yesterday I was on the Jasmine brand, just scrolling through. And I saw them post something about A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, the 1996 movie with Lynn Whitfield and Martin Lawrence, okay, and Regina King. And they were asking, are you team Darnell or team Brandi? Now, if you've watched this movie as many times as I had, and BET almost kind of forces it down your throat. And a few months ago, that's why it was just so funny that the Jasmine brand posted this, because I remember a few months ago, we was all kind of shut in. I was watching this because BET was playing it for the millionth time. And I remember going on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, and I was like, you know what? After watching this movie again, I understand where Brandi was coming from. Darnell is actually the villain. And I remember getting so many responses from a lot of my friends, of course, both men and women. Men, of course, like, what are you talking about? Brandi was crazy. She was wrong. She was wrong. And a lot of women looking at it in a different lens, like I, was finally. Because I remember going to the show, and that's what we call it here in Chicago. We call it the show. Okay, we don't say the theater. We go in, I went to the show, went to the movies. And I remember, I think I was 21 years old when I saw this movie when it first came out. And of course, you came out rooting for Darnell, and I can't remember Regina King's her name in the movie. You guys help me out. But I came out rooting for them, and of course thinking that Brandi was a sick, twisted, crazy woman, right? And she was wrong. She went too far. And now that I'm older, I look at it differently. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. Brandi still was touched, okay, and she did go too far. But now that I've had time, obviously I've grown, I'm much older, I've matured, I've been in love, I've been in relationships and things like that, I've been hurt. I absolutely positively believe that Darnell was actually in the wrong, and he was the true villain here. It was not Brandi. And let me explain. Darnell was the villain this whole time because he had no intentions of loving on this woman who was simply minding her business. Brandi was minding her goddamn business from the beginning of the movie. He wanted to pursue a woman who didn't want to even give him the time of day. Now, don't get me wrong, and I know that we enjoy the attention, and you could just tell, like, yeah, she kind of enjoyed the little bit of attention, although she was pushing him away. She kept pushing him away. She kept rejecting him. Yes? Minding her business. Successful woman, she got the money, she got the job, she got the house. She was a successful business woman. Minding her business as we often do. And here Darnell comes trying to get in the mix, and not because he really wanted her, because he enjoyed the chase. It was about the chase. It was about a game to him. Remember, they were sitting there like, I bet you all, that it was all a game to him. And he awakened something in her with no intentions of actually being her man. He awakened something in her that, again, she wasn't even looking for. She was simply minding her business, doing her thing. She even warned Darnell. She warned him, if y'all recall, she gave him fair warning about her and how she had been hurt and all this other stuff. And he still pursued the game and even told the woman that he loved her when he knew that it was all about just getting the panty draws. And then she snapped. Now, again, I'm not saying that the way she snapped was right, but I understand. I ain't going to sit here and say I would do it, but I understand. And I didn't understand that when I first saw this movie, because I think that was the whole purpose of you not looking at it like that. But now that I'm older, and like I said, I've been through stuff, I look at her different and I say, you know what? He was wrong. He was wrong from the get-go. You might recall Darnell had several women. And then when Regina King's character came through, now they rekindled everything. Now he want to go and tell all the women that he was messing with that he didn't want to be with them anymore. Right? So he was wrong. And you know, in real life this shit happens. You will be minding your business and a person will come through knowing that they have no intentions of really loving on you. And they'll awaken something in you that, you know, like you was kind of shielding yourself from, right? They'll awaken something in you when they know they had no intention of sticking around. And then when things go left, now they're the victim of whatever it is to come. Now, it's sad in, you know, retrospect, because I look at Brandi and I think to myself, she had a wonderful career. She had everything. And now she in the mental hospital. She didn't just turn, she didn't went crazy. She didn't went bonkers. And I just find it interesting. And like I said, I saw it on the Jasmine brand. And I wanted to bring it to y'all because sometimes everything ain't got to be deep. Every video ain't got to be like serious. Sometimes I just want to just have a lighthearted convo with y'all and discussion and just see where y'all at. Because shit, you know, listen, what we like 14 days into January? I already want to cancel my subscription, my 14-day trial. So sometimes I just feel like we just need a little lighthearted conversation, a little lighthearted discussion, a little lighthearted laugh on this. I really would love to know what you guys think. As old as this movie is, okay, I really want to know what you think here. Are you team Darnell or are you team Brandi? Do you think that Darnell was wrong or Brandi? Now, I think it's fair to say both because, again, I'm not letting Brandi off the hook for how she reacted. But I get it because I see it all the time. I know y'all know that you really will be minding your business and a person will come pursue you for the chase of it. And then when they finally got you, it's like the chase is over, the thrill is gone. And that's kind of what he did with that. I mean, because she rejected him so much that he was even more like, okay, I gotta have her. Not because I want her, but I gotta have her because it's a game to me. And now that I have her, oh, I finally caught her. I don't want her no more. I don't want to be bothered no more. Oh, I want to go over here and start a new relationship. I mean, it's oh my God. And man, please do not think that I'm beating up on y'all. I know sometimes it feel like that, but I'm not beating up on y'all, man. I just want to know what you guys think. If you feel like Darnell, I personally, now that I had time to think about it, and 20 plus years later, Darnell was the real villain in this movie. He was the real, true villain in this movie. It was not Brandi, in my opinion. It wasn't Brandi. She didn't, while she reacted to what was happening to her, I feel like she did let him know. She did warn him. She absolutely warned him. And it just happens so often that, you know, people will be mad and it's like, don't come over here talking to me. Don't come over here disturbing my peace and my space if you ain't really ready for what I'm ready for. Don't come over here to play games and do all that other shit. And people do that shit all the time. And it ain't just men that do it to women. Women be playing with men too. So there you go, men. I gave y'all something. You happy now? I gave you something. People be playing games and they don't be having no intention to stand. They don't have no intention of staying. Okay? And that could be a whole completely different conversation about how people were raised, if they raised on survival or raised on love. Because if you raised on survival, I've learned that a lot of shit is transactional. I'm just here to get something. I'm not here for the love of it. I'm here for the transaction. So that's a completely different conversation that can be had about this. But again, I don't want to belabor the point. I don't want to go on and on and on. I want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think here? Who was wrong? Was it Darnell was it Brandi? Or will you just take the, straddle the fence here? It was both. And there ain't nothing wrong with that because there was some fault on both sides here. But I'm going to tell you this. I think it was Darnell. And I'm going to stand on that 20-something years later, okay? Because 20-something years before, I thought it was Brandi. So there you have it. There's a discussion. Do me a favor. Chime in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, y'all.